Good to see you again. I'm your radio friend and the host of that popular show, Let's Talk About It with King Emmanuel, on the Incubator Media, the #1 online youth radio. And today, you will remember our last discussion, building social capital and network, and we told you all that you needed to do. Remember that all you need to be successful in life is inside of you. It's equally around you. So the way you are able to understand what is inside of you and you are able to project it is equally what those things that are available around you. What is in you will easily attract like a magnet the opportunity outside of you. And he mentioned that day, he talks about a relationship. He talks about resources. Resources are available. They are around you. The kind of relationship you build determines the kind of resources you attract. And by so doing, it makes success predictable. That shows that you don't have any reason to be at that low level where you are if you can only sit down and to discover who you are and to use all that you have within you to get success. He equally made mention that day that guide what you have. Be a person of value. Guide what you have as a key of success. And he said, you should not long to be taker. You should be a giver. You should be a giver. And live your life one at a time. And don't misuse the opportunity you have today. The assets you have, don't take them for granted. Don't misuse them. So that your life can be as desirable as you want it to be. So today we'll continue our discussion on what a social life should be. And today we're talking about annexing entrepreneurial opportunity. How do you connect to them? All this available opportunity. How do you make them work? Yeah, everybody may not take up a white-collar job. But in each of us, there is an ability in us that what we are saying is look inward. Look inward. Take time to think. Like that popular book, it said, think big. Think big. Think and grow rich. Napoleon Hill. So take opportunity and see all that you can do. Without further ado, I'm handing you over now to our coach, our trainer, and our facilitator at this section. We'll be talking more about how can you annex entrepreneurial opportunity that you have all around you. You're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you very much, King Emmanuel. It's great to be here again, and thank you for the good job. This is Adedayo Samson Olawiyi, a coach, a trainer, an entrepreneur, a pastor by the grace of God. It is my pleasure to be here once again to have this wonderful discussion with you. Today, we are discussing something that is of great interest and passion to me. And again, something that we need in Nigeria and the youth of today. Annexing entrepreneurial opportunities. Annexing entrepreneurial opportunities. I came across a quote, I think it's by maybe Abraham Lincoln or so, one of these American great men. He says, you will never be rich by working for someone.
Yeah.
Sometimes the first time I saw it, it's like it was a curse. But by the grace of God, I have over 14 years experience since graduation. Professional. I've been working. And I've looked behind me and I've looked at it and analyzed the statement. And I see that what he was actually talking about is not a curse. What he's talking about is that when you work for people, you are working and building somebody else's estate.
Wow.
You may look at it that they are giving you salaries. Salaries are very dangerous and very tempting and deceptive. Because that salary you are collecting, you did not make it. It is not yours.
It's not.
You didn't make it.
Wow.
Do you know, if they ask you, go and ask, how did you make this money we give to you? You may not be able to tell. It depends on the level you are in the organization. But even if you are able to tell, you know that it is not yours. You can only see. So why is company paying us salary? They pay for your time.
And by extension, your life.
Yeah. They pay for your time. They pay for everything. And recent happenings got me thinking, especially the pandemic. I have family members, friends who are both teachers. Schools have been closed now for about 4 months. Yes. They have no income. They are practically in penury. That tells you that if you are the one making it, you should not stop. Definitely. Wow. You're not the one making it.
Wow. So they're just giving you something.
They give you. In fact, sometimes you beg.
So more or less, you're a beggar.
Exactly. Even though you spend your time, you spend your energy, you spend everything to get that thing, but you beg for it at the end of the day. Company will say, no, we are not paying until 31st. Is there anything you can do?
That's
nothing. You have to wait. If they say we are paying on the 5th of the next month, you have to wait. Now, look at what happened.
Or you beg them to.
You beg, I job.
Please.
Now, look at what happened during the pandemic. Analyze what happened in your family. Take a stock of the experience of that 3 months. It's a horrible experience. Horrible experience. People went into their life savings.
And they were
people wish that insurance company will open and bring money out. People wish that pension will start giving money out.
Part of the pension.
And it's very sad that you have a government that has no care, concern for the populace. We all know what happened during that time. Our expectations were very high, but none was met. It opened my eyes and get me thinking. The moment job stops, income stops immediately. That tells you that it's not yours.
So the salary is not yours.
It's not. Because salary has a source. Who owns the source? The business owner.
Owner owns the source.
He
owns
the
money,
source.
Owns the business.
You are just a tool or one of the equipment, resources in the business. And the moment something happens and you are no longer in that system, you don't have anything any longer. So, but we can be entrepreneurs. In fact, beloved youths and listeners, the trend of Nigeria is saying everybody should have a business.
Yes.
That is the trend. It will betide you if you don't get that message. COVID-19 brought the message to us. COVID-19 showed us how fast changes can occur. When we talk about an entrepreneurship, or let's start with the person. Who is an entrepreneur? Is an individual that has ability to turn ideas into action. Most time when people talk about entrepreneurship, then it definitely is going to end up in a business. They start telling, where is the money? I am a youth now. Later, if I'm given the opportunity, I'm going to speak on how to start your business as a youth. And I'll give you a profile of people like you who has businesses feeding the people of the ages of their fathers. So an entrepreneur is somebody that has ability. And the ability is in everybody. The ability is in everybody. God created us as a producer. But because we have stayed long at the level of a consumer, we don't even know how to produce, not how to distribute, not to talk of producing. We are producer. Why? Why did I say that? We have the intelligence. Animals are not producers. They are consumers. and they are consumed at the end of their life. But human beings have the capacity, have the capability to produce. But this ability comes in form of ideas. Now, you need to discover the idea and turn it into action. That is entrepreneurship. So when we now talk about it, entrepreneurship includes the creativity, the innovation, and the risk-taking in turning your ideas into a business prospect. Talking about turning your passion to profit. Turning your passion to profit. What you like to do. And then you enjoy it, doing it casually, but you now turn it into something that will bring money to you. So there is that ability in everyone to be a producer and to be an entrepreneur. Linking and discovering those ideas is an important way that we need to go. Don't be deceived. Paid employment is good. I am still in one. I still want one. But you should begin to have an idea of entrepreneur. You know something I've found out? If 10 persons retire from a company, after 5 years, 7 of them will be dead. Why? The reason why they die, because they cannot sustain themselves.
My God.
It was that business, that employment that was sustaining them. And it stopped abruptly. Because most people don't really give it a serious thought until some months to their exit. And they started bringing in ideas. So immediately they exit, they carry their life savings that they have given to them, dump it in a business, and hope that that business will begin to feed them like salary. They start eating from it. 6 months, 1 year down the line, 10 million is disappeared. 20 million is gone. With no hope. And that is what caused their death. That is what caused problem.
After 5 years. 7 dead. Out of
7 out of 70% will be dead. Because they cannot. But if that person have nurtured a business 5 years before he leaves, that business will be standing and we welcome him with a salary. It may not be as much as the salary was earning, but it can sustain him. And now that he has time to go into it, he can only grow. So as a young person, look for the paid employment, go ahead, but have side hustle with the intention of making it your own estate. And that is the entrepreneurial opportunity. And when we talk about this opportunity, it goes around us. King Emmanuel, I work with a multinational, and I see how expatriates flood into this country. And I keep asking myself the question, what are they looking for? We are poor in Nigeria. We are not rich. We don't have good roads. We don't have any of these things. What are they looking for? Chinese, Indians, Lebanese, every type of persons. They come. Sri Lankan. They come here to work.
That means they see something.
They come here to set up business.
And some youth let me want to travel.
Yeah, abroad. I read this on the WhatsApp about close to a year ago now. A group of Indians came to Nigeria to do a visibility study of a business. So while they were going to a particular place where they want to carry out a study, they were held in a traffic jam. And they noticed that in the traffic jam, they saw people selling plantain chips. Plantain chips captured their attention. And they saw the way people were buying. You know what they did? They came down. Said, we are not going to that place again. They started their visibility study and started
on plantain chips.
Interviewing the plantain chip sellers. And they discovered that in Lagos alone, we consume more than 1,000 packs of plantain chips in one day.
More than 1,000 packs.
Yes. In one day. That when people carry that big bag in the morning, by the time you are coming in the evening, it's disappeared.
Wow.
They stop the visibility, the business they came for,
and
they turn it into having a plantation, and with the chain of plantain chips
eventually.
Factory. But me and you see it, we buy from them. So tomorrow now, when we see that all the plantain chips in this place is produced by India, we started talking. Wow, did you see it?
Before now.
So entrepreneurial opportunities are ideas that can be transformed into a profit-making venture. They are all around us, but only for those that have a foresight. They are the one that will see it. And you see, one of the group of people that have the best chance of seeing it are youths. You know why? They are not feeding any baby. They are not paying house rent. They are not paying school fees. They don't have a lot of things. King Emmanuel, I tell you now, if I open your brain, I can see a lot of compartments that have been there.
No deadline, no project.
No project, no landlord, rent and all that. But these people, their brain is still free. There is no entanglement. They have the time. So they can flex it. They have the muscle. And they are intelligent. They have the technology
to do
everything to their advantage, but they are not using it. So I'm challenging you today. As you are going out every day, don't walk blindfolded again. Walk with your intellectual mind and start looking at opportunities. These opportunities present themselves in form of problems.
Okay.
Identify problems in your environment. Problems. What are the problems in this? I'm not talking about problems like, no, I think any problem actually. Let me not limit your thoughts. Any problem actually. What are people finding difficult to do? What do people want to pay for in form of a service? And they are looking for somebody who will do it. If you even look at existing business, what is a missing chain in that business? Do I have the capacity to plug into it and make it something for myself? Definitely. So, entrepreneur, annexing this opportunity start from discovering need, problems. What are people looking for? Everybody you see on the street has money in their pocket. They want to spend it. Okay, what are people looking for? They are ready to pay for it, but it's not available. Or it's available, they need to go some distance from where you are. That means if you have it, you will be very glad to get it done. Wow. You start from problem and need. Open your eyes. What are the needs? What are the problems? Now, look at the skills you have. What can I do? What do I know how to do? See, what I'm talking about is not what you learned in school. Let me tell you a story of one of my boss. I started my training career with a company called Sweet Sensation Confectionery and owned by a woman, Mrs. Kehinde Kamsin. Madam, you are hearing me, I salute you. Now, I got this story. I may not be able to tell it through, but maybe one of these days, who knows, he can be on this platform to tell us. Yes. What brought Sweet Sensation today was not what she learned in school. She was a chartered accountant. Wow. But it was her passion for cakes. That brought about Sweet Sensation. So he just started. And where does he learn the cake from? From one of her aunties. And she discovered that we have a mega house in our house here. Let me bake small cake, pancake, and just put it there. And people are buying. That was the genesis of the whole thing. That was the genesis. Wow. See, eventually that particular house where he was displaying at the. So eventually his business took over the Megad house and took over the entire house.
Wow.
Completely.
Wow.
So entrepreneurship opportunities comes with idea. Identify a need. And then look at your skill, not what you learned in school. That is what brought the example of the sweet sensation madam. It is not what you learned in school. Maybe something you learned at home. You learned from your mom or from your dad. Youth, please, don't despise what your parents are doing. You can build on it and become something. Your dad is a medicine. Say, God forbid, Mama, give home. You may and you may not, but you do it with the intention of who knows where that thing will be used.
Can I have even had innovation
into it? You are a techie person. Well, how can tech make this thing easy?
Easier.
Can I develop an app that can get my dad jobs?
Yes.
Can I, those kind of things?
And you set up a company.
You set up a company.
You construct a company that you employ
Fantastic.
people. And they work for you.
Simple.
Get contract, you send them there to do. And make your
What
money.
do you know? What can you do? And then begin to pin them and plug them into those needs that you have identified. I tell you that businesses are looking for help. They need some services and they don't have, or they wish somebody could be doing it for them and they will pay the person. You can only identify it if you know what you are doing. So, quickly, there are 4 distinct types of entrepreneurial businesses. You have small businesses, you have scalable startups, you have large corporations, and you have social entrepreneurs. Social entrepreneurs are people that are involved in giving social services, NGOs, assisting people. It starts with volunteering. You are not getting anything. But later, people will come and invest in it. Those opportunities are there too. You see, I have a friend of mine, also, street to school. Look at the Chinese government came, that is social entrepreneurs. That's social entrepreneurs. He saw out of school. Out of school children. He decided to start a project with them. You have bags that you are not using. Tuition free. And then how does he make up that? What you don't use, books you don't use in your house, please bring it. Bags you don't use, bring it. You understand? Every other thing that you don't use, bring us. And now, you see, the last time I saw a post on the Facebook, the Chinese government, the Chinese embassy in Nigeria is doing something for that business. So now, as ambassador, and she has won a lot of awards with Lagos State, even internationally. Social entrepreneurs give. They give something. So it's not only on businesses, is it services, is it volunteering things, is it that you want to bridge a gap in your community? But when you see that thing done, people that want to sponsor such a thing will locate you. And then they will get it. Let me talk about the requirement, the key requirements. The key requirements of entrepreneurs. What are the key things? There are so many, but let me just talk about these few. Number 1 is ambition. Ambition. Don't be an NFA, not Nigerian Football Association, but no future ambition. A lot of people don't have. They just, let me call it, they live in limbo. Not going anywhere. They live in El Dorado. They sit down and they begin to reason that I'm going to ride Ferrari. Do you know how much they sell Ferrari?
That's a land of fantasy.
King Emmanuel, I don't know how much. Maybe can you help me?
I don't know.
I don't know how much they sell Ferrari. But somebody will sit in the corner of there just because you are watching somebody a music video and you are thinking, when I'm going to ride my Ferrari. Is that an ambition? You have an ambition? Future ambition. So entrepreneurship starts with an ambition. Who do you want to be? Who are you? Self-discovery. Again. Everything is about self-discovery, sir. Everything is about self-discovery.
So everything revolves around.
How do you become a Christian? You discover that you are a sinner. That's true. And you discover that there is a savior. And you discover you need to repent. And then you go and do that.
Self-discovery.
Exactly. How do you go to school? You discover that you don't understand anything. You only can write, and then you quickly go there. And then so everything is about self-discovery. So self-discovery for entrepreneurship is to ask yourself the question: who am I? King talk about doing a self-assessment of yourself. Who am I? What is my idiosyncrasies? What is my personal ability? What is that thing that is convenient for me to do and other people struggle? What is my innate skill, innate ability? What's my talent? Ask yourself the question. Sit down. Think about it. Write it down. What's my skill? What's my ability? Some people have ability in electronics. Some, they can talk like me. They can talk. They can interact with people. Some, they can toy with tech, high tech. Some, it is teaching. Some, it is agriculture. So what is that thing? There is one innate ability that is in you. King, I discovered a long time ago that I have this thing that can talk inside me. Inside me.
It must be allowed to.
And that is what I took to the university. That this is, I need to read a course that will help me talk to people, develop people, and that was what landed me in HR. I knew it right from the beginning because of self-discovery. One of our youth leader, I remember that year, I took my JAM brochure, that big JAM brochure used to be that time. I took it.
Now that they put inside
something, you have to buy it and you carry it like a Bible that time. No, I went to him. I said, bro, please choose a course for me. If you can do like this, they don't do that. They don't do that. Choose a course for you. How can I choose a course for you? So you don't do that. Then begin to ask me questions. What's your best subject? What do you like doing? What is this and that and that? And then he was helping me to do some self-assessment. He was helping me to discover myself. And eventually, I settled down that, yes, I need to read economics. I want to read economics. So eventually, I could not read economics. That's a story for another day. But eventually, I read sociology. And then the day I discovered that it will help me in my people management and development ambition, then I went for it. I went for it and I did not stop. So ambition. What's your ambition? What's your talent? What's your makeup? You need to have that. Number 2 is foresight. Entrepreneurs are people that see tomorrow today.
Foresight.
So when entrepreneurs talk, they look like babbling. They are like, are you all right?
What's the same?
Today, we all want to ride on the plane.
Yeah.
The
Wright brothers
that started, in fact, they told them, they said they were witches. Yeah. They want to be flying. And they said, no, we foresee that a time is coming when people can fly. They said, you are a witch. Because at that time, exorcism is it. They said, you are a witch. These brothers are witch. They want to bewitch people.
Where are you flying to?
Where are you flying
Who has done that before?
Donkey. You can use the donkey.
Who has done that before? Who has even done it
before?
Where
are you flying?
And like of recent too, a former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi.
Yeah.
He was kind of regretting
Zoom.
That 2 years. Yeah.
I did not invest in Zoom because
he was in America.
He has no foresight.
He was in America and he said, "Come on, sir, will you invest in this?" We have Skype already.
Impossible.
We have Skype. We have email. So what again? Not knowing that
it's going to be a sale. You see, Zoom has the pandemic,
takes
them off.
Zoom off.
That's it. Foresight. You need to have foresight. Foresight. When you are presenting your ideas, don't present your ideas for today.
Don't look
your at all.
Let it go.
It might even be an existing business, but you are looking at where that business is going.
You can bring initiative into it.
Definitely. So the people who started that business, they were limited based on their own time. Now, where they stop, you start from there and take it to the future.
I love that.
Foresight. You need to have foresight. If you have foresight, you will see opportunities growing. When you look at a line of business, when you look at a profession, now begin to say, where is this profession going? When they get there, what will they be using? and then break that their journey and say what is their next level. What would they need? Start working on that next level.
Like bin Ahmad in his book, My Dream,
You see,
for the United Arab Emirates. Every other thing they send elsewhere, they try to improve on it. And
it's okay. The New York, Paris, they have reached their peak.
Yes.
Now let's start from where they are and build on it, and they can, and the other people, nations cannot capture.
And Dubai today is a place everybody
wants to go there. You see, you need first line. Number 3, passion. This, you see, Oprah Winfrey.
Yes.
Talk about passion. Passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. That is Oprah Winfrey.
Passion is energy.
Energy. Inside energy. Let me explain to you like this. What is that thing that when you think about doing it, something is pushing you within? It's like you should stand up now and you go and do it. That is where you have energy. When you think about a particular area of things, you are not only excited, but there is a fire that is burning inside you. You want to rise up. You want to go and do it. Come on. That is your passion. That is it. That is it. Oprah Winfrey said, passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. Ask yourself the question, what excites me? What is that
focusing on?
And I need to focus on it. So you see, ambition, foresight, passion. What do you have passion for? No matter how little, start doing something about it. And then willingness to learn.
I love that.
Entrepreneurship is a lifelong journey. Youth of today, they are short-sighted because they want things to happen now. It doesn't work.
Microwave.
Yeah. Microwave. And I call it the maize growth.
The maize growth.
A maize will stand up, produce for you in 3 months. But after the first production, it dies.
Maize growth.
Maize growth. Entrepreneurship is not maize growth, but a palm tree growth. In 3 months, palm tree has not even come out.
Getting his.
He's not even come out. He has not started. He has not started.
And it's not in hurry.
But when palm tree eventually grows, everything on top on it is useful. It's money. Everything.
Wow.
So when you are growing up and you are catching this thing, be willing to learn. Learn from the people that have been there. Learn their success story. Learn their failure stories. We're always very interested in success story, King Emmanuel. Yes. But let's also look at the failure stories. What? Ask, and when you see a successful person, say, "Sir, can I know? Have you failed before?" Say, "Yes." Can I know what is the failure and how do you come?
How did you overcome it?
How did you overcome it?
I love that.
Willing to learn. You are not only learning the good, the bad, and the ugly. About the business, you learn from the elders. You learn traditionally. You learn on the go. You learn on the net. You learn from everything. Training, webinar. In fact,
all kinds of things today.
You know, the Japanese model of learning.
Yes.
They said, steal knowledge shamelessly. Steal knowledge shamelessly. So that means don't be ashamed to learn something. Go, be voracious. Start learning. Willingness to learn. You have to learn how the people get to where they are. Then it gives you an insight on how you can move from where they are to
where you are. And I think it was Thomas Edison that said that the day you stop learning, that's the day you start dying. Learning. Because you see, entrepreneurship is a lifelong journey. Nobody can tell you, I have been there. Richard Branson cannot tell you that I'm there. Dangote cannot say I'm there. Mark Zuckerberg cannot tell you that I am there. They still have some things to do. Jeff Bezos.
None of them. They are still learning. And in fact, they are learning more than us.
Sure.
Then
spend
you have
more money to learn.
Ability to listen.
That's another one.
Ability to listen.
Not to talk alone.
What is the connection between entrepreneurial opportunity and
ability to listen?
People talk. Ideas flow when people are talking. When you go to the marketplace,
people are just talking.
And people are talking. Pick ideas. Pick opportunities from there. Somebody just said, wow. So I will still travel to that place. How I wish somebody will sell so and so here. You had it from one person. Now, try to say, what is the population of this area? We are like 2,000 here. What if 100 persons have the same perspective with this man? So if I bring it, I have 100 customers already.
Already on the ground, without advertisement.
Because you listen to people. What are they saying? What are the children saying? I wish somebody would be selling bicycle here. My daddy will just buy for me. What are the youth saying around you? What are the aged people saying? What are the educated people saying? What are the illiterate saying?
So everybody is saying something.
Everybody is saying something, and in their words, they are expressing the kind of service they are ready to pay for. Then you can capture it, and it becomes an opportunity that will put within your ambition, foresight, and passion. It becomes a profit for you.
Was it last year? It was last year I heard that in Lagos, because people work from Monday to Friday, and because of the peculiar traffic situation that you always spend good quality time on the road.
Yeah.
That suppose sit up and said, okay, we know you're always busy. So we'll prepare different varieties of soup.
See.
So you order for bowl.
And then,
and once you order for bowl, they bring it to your doorstep and deliver it to you. In fact, I learned in the place that you need tomato, you need pepper.
You want to do your grocery.
They help you.
Come and do it for you.
They help you hand it and bring it and put it inside your fridge. And you don't need to do anything.
Of course.
So now people gather together, 10 people buy cow,
and then they divide it.
They divide it.
It's happening on the app. It's happening on the app. Just go to that, and then you connect. You share the money. Your money comes. You give them your delivery address, and it is done.
So the life is you don't even to go to market. People are willing to help you to do shopping.
King Emmanuel, that's what I'm telling you. That entrepreneurship activity opportunities are all around us. Listen to what people are saying. Don't just listen to music only. It's good. Music is nice. But listen to what people are saying. Get it on the radio. Discussional issue. You see people talking about some deep things. It can give you an idea. Entrepreneurship is turning ideas into actions. And the profitable action that brings money to you. Listen. Then be creative. Be creative. Creativity. Be creative. Look, creativity is needed for you to bring your ideas to light. In my former place of work, there is a woman who started packaging locust beans.
Yes.
People like to eat it, but they cannot stand the smell.
Yes.
But this woman has been able to adapt how you will prepare it and bottle it without any smell. Wow. And when you use it to cook, you get the same flavor. I love
that. That's creativity.
Creativity. You understand? Yeah. Some creativity is as simple as just have a packaging of that your stuff. Package it. If in my area you get a bottle of granite, okay. 500 naira. But if I go to ShopRite, I'll get the same size of bottle, the same quality of peanuts, 2,000 naira.
Because of packaging.
Packaging, sir. Packaging, sir. That's it.
And that's what entrepreneurship is all about.
Creativity. That means you are picking an existing line of business and you are creative about your own. And he said so. Wow. Be creative. I love that. Creativity. Then perseverance. I've mentioned a lot about that. Remember, maize growth and palm tree growth. Persevere. A business that will last, it takes time to grow. There are some businesses that they are like spark like wildfire. You understand? But a business that starts like Wi-Fi, maybe people are already waiting for it. Remember, every product has a life cycle.
Yes.
They have a peak. So you should, if it picks up like that, don't go and relax and say, no problem. The thing is there. No, you begin to think about, okay, how can I sustain the fire? Some businesses have steady, their fire rises steadily, while some start big, they just blow, boom, like that. So you now have to look at it. How can I sustain the fire like that? Perseverance is required at every level. Then you need courage. You need courage.
To be courageous.
Bill Gates dropped out of school to go and face what became Microsoft today. That takes a lot of courage. That takes entrepreneurship are courageous. Why? Because it involves risk. So courage to take risk. Everything in life is a risk, actually, and everything is by faith. So you need courage and faith. Just believe in what you have. Do your own work. Be truthful about it. Go into it. Even if you fall, you will rise again. Courage. Courage. And to take the risk that is involved. Everyone has a risk. And it's very, very important for you to have that. So that is what I have for you as an entrepreneur. I just want to close by saying, please, I want you to read this book. If you can't read it, look for the short video on YouTube. Who Moved My Cheese?
All right. Yeah,
Powerful.
I remember.
Powerful.
I remember. Who Moved My
It's
Cheese.
about change. See, cheese are moving. The cheese of what we used to know as success, they are moving. Smell the cheese. See that the cheese is moving and move along with that cheese. The cheese of Nigeria is fast moving from paid employment to being an entrepreneur. Enjoy the paid employment while it lasts, because it helps you. Enjoy it. But while you're enjoying it, begin to nurture your own company. So I look forward that by the time you are going to be 30 years old, you will have a company like that of Mark Zuckerberg.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you very much, sir. This is really, really deep. Who Moved My Cheese? I think you should do all you can. Look for the book. I've heard about the book, and I think it should be third time issue was coming about it. That shows that the book has a lot to offer you. And equally, you can reach out to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He has a lot of series that will tell you what you need to do and the things you need to look away from, things you've been wasting your time upon from, that you need to move away from it now, to move into something that will make your life much more productive. Don't forget, as an entrepreneur, you must be ambitious, you must have foresight, you must have passion, you must be willing to learn. He said, you're ready to both to unlearn and learn, because informations are everywhere, and you need to let go of the old, getting into the new information that will bring all about innovation and creativity, and equally ability to listen and listen well. Like he gave example, a lot of talks are going on. People talk every now and then. There's nowhere you find people that they don't talk. And once they are talking, what did you hear? Listen and see how to solve people's problem by involving creativity. Because what our life is all about is solving problem. If you can sit down properly and solve people's problem, a thing has happened. Before now, there's nothing like WhatsApp. If you need to send information, there's nothing like Facebook then. You need to send information, you go to post office, that may take 5 days, 7 days before your letter will be delivered. But today, the world has gone beyond that. It doesn't happen. A friend in New York, you can be talking to a friend in New York in Nigeria, looking at the video, making a video call, looking at the person, he is equally seeing you. That is what the world has become. You must add creativity into yourself. And along the line, it won't be smooth. And that's why he mentioned perseverance. You must stay at it. because you determined to be successful. And that was why whatever that comes, because success will not come very cheap. It won't come easy. And that was why you must be perseverance, and all that you needed to do, you're doing it. They were talking of courageous. Some are afraid of taking $1 million next step or investment. No, you must be ready, that you're willing to go and to move into all that you needed to do. Then we equally said that life is all about risk. So you must be ready to take the risk. Inside the risk, that's where your profit is. So today, learn how to turn your passion into profit. Learn how to turn your passion into profit. Entrepreneurship is a great deal, and do all you can to be there. We've done this today to appeal to you. Remember, the key word today is self-discovery. Discover yourself and keep on this. You will see how amazing you are. All those stars you are looking at, you see that you can even do much more better than they are doing now or they've done. If only you can sit down to discover yourself and be who God has made you to be. After all, He didn't create you as a failure. He didn't create you as a follower. He created you as a leader. He positioned you as a creator, somebody that could make things happen. Discover so much about yourself. Stop wasting your time. It is time to return home to yourself, to discover yourself. The prodigal son said, I'm going back home to see my father. Look at me here. Nowhere to sleep. I cannot even have food to eat. The food they're serving to pigs was the food he would even love to have a taste, but nobody will give him. And he said, come on, I'm going back home. He discovered himself. He took that step to go back home. And you know what the result is? He was restored. Today, some of you too, don't give up on yourself. God has not created you for failure. I think it is time to take that step. It is time that you are going back home. Discover yourself. Go back to God's original plan for your life. Start all over again. He gives you opportunity to do. You've committed sin, He can forgive you. He has promised that just come. He said, come unto me. Once you come, that you repent of those things, He's going to restore you to His original plan. Suffering and all the worry and anxiety around you that could not allow you to sin and that want to destroy you. Darkness, the devil and the rest, He will clear them out of your way. And you see the light that He has made for you. If you will do this, I'm telling you, your life will not remain the same again.
And for everyone who are wondering, how do I get ideas? I have tried. I want to leave you with Job chapter 32, verse 8. Job chapter 32, verse 8. It said, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Connect with heaven. Heaven is a storehouse of ideas.
Love that. Thank you very much for that. So, till we see again on this same station, on this same program, at that beautiful time, I want to commit you into the hands of God. And I said, keep discovering yourself. Don't forget our social medias, the Incubator Media. You can get us on Facebook, can get us on Twitter, can get us on Instagram. We have a YouTube page that you can listen to this edition again and again. And you want to send message across to us, you can quickly do via those social media, or you can send to 08092374502. That's our WhatsApp line, 08092374502. Wishing you well, discover more of yourself, and live in the world of endless possibility. God bless you.